What's going on, everybody? You made it through another week, and here we are, ready to keep you company. You guys, thank you guys so much again for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on the social media scene. You can find us on Twitter at @theblown_save and on Instagram at @theblown_save. We've also been posting snips of the show on TikTok, so go over there and check those out if you guys get a chance. Don't forget, you guys can still reach out to us at theblownSavePodcast@gmail.com. You can find the show anywhere you listen to podcasts or music, like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you want to support the show, it doesn't take a lot to do so. Hitting that like, subscribe, the little notification bell, or a share doesn't cost you anything, and it helps the show tremendously. And as always, give us a rate and review. If you are in the mood, don't forget to click that notification button, like I said, so you can get notified when a new show drops, just like today. We got a few things to talk about today, from basketball to the Celtics, the Lakers leaving early, the race for the Stanley Cup, to what's going around in MLB, but I digress. As you guys know, I'm always here with my one, my only Mr. RT Casas. What's going on, compa?
Up? We living the dream over here. How we doing?
Always. And we have a special guest for all you ladies out there who are looking for him and bugging me about him. Yes, there were a couple of ladies that were asking. We have the one, the only Mr. Kobe Downs here with us tonight. How you doing, Kobe?
I'm chilling. I'm ready to roll. Let's fucking get this popping.
Fucking lost for like 6 months now.
Yes, I'm sorry that I was lost. I'm back again. Sorry. I gotta keep everybody. I gotta keep the people fucking wanting. You want to know what? I can't give them what they want. I gotta give them when I want it. You know.
There you go. Don't give them when they want it. You give it to them when you want it to. So
exactly. It's my world. They're living in it, and they need to fucking understand.
Tell them, Kobe. You tell them.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Kobe, it's good to see you again, even though it's virtually. It is nice to see your well, I'd say beautiful face, but man, you're getting uglier as you get older. And it's okay. Compa, how you doing today, brother? You had a busy weekend, right?
Yeah, very, very busy weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, man. I hit the wall today around like 4:00. Man, just exhausted. And I got my second win right around like the 6:30 marker. So we good now.
Yeah,
can I say something?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Brent, you live in the fucking goddamn boondocks. So yes, I'm not gonna see you ever because you live about an hour and a half away from me. But you wanna know what? If you lived as far as Artie lived and you messaged me to hang out, I'd hang out. But guess what? When the fuck has Artie ever texted me, other than never, to text me to hang out? Because if Artie said, "Hey, Kobe, you want to come drink some beers and come chill by my pool?" I'd be like, yes, Artie, I'd be down to. But guess what? Artie don't invite me.
That's not true. You came over once and you didn't even get in that pool. Remember?
I came over once, but it wasn't even my invite. I came over because Brent invited me, and Brent invited me to come over to hang out with you. So you're welcome.
Touche, pussycat, touche. But
exactly
when you came kind of back into the mix, it was during like the COVID time, and the wifey was kind of still. I mean, she didn't even let Brent around, really,
Fuck Brent. I know Brent's disgusting, but I'm a good guy. I'm clean as fuck.
Yeah.
I get tested all the time. I'm good.
But now everything's opened up a lot more, and
I don't got chlamydia. I don't got STDs. I'm good, bro. I can come around all the time if I want
to. Yep.
I don't think they're too worried about that, but absolutely.
Let's do it. Now, yeah, I'm about to go on break. So
when do you go on break?
Officially, probably another 2 or 3 weeks because I'm doing a little bit of summer school because the wifey's a stay-at-home mom, bro. Like
we're about to be on a bender for 2 weeks. We're gonna be on a bender for 2 weeks. So we get blacked out drunk morning to nighttime.
But after that, man, I get 7 straight weeks off on vacation, paid.
I'm drinking with you for 7 straight weeks.
7 weeks paid.
Artie, are you gonna be able to drink with him for 7 straight weeks?
Ooh, I could do maybe 7 straight minutes.
I know, I get fucking annoying. It's okay.
Hey, no puke and rally, okay? You can't puke and then keep drinking,
dude,
acting like...
What's the problem with that?
Because you're not really drinking, dude.
Take the shoes off.
Yeah, all you gotta do is take the shoes off.
Bro,
you're good to go.
Brent gets mad because I come over to his house, I get blacked out drunk, I puke about 15 times, and then next thing you know, demolish another 10 White Claws, and he's like, that's not even count. I'm like,
it doesn't count. It doesn't count if you throw it up,
Am I still hanging out with you, or am I asleep? Am I still hanging out with you, or am I asleep?
Well, I mean, you're blacked out, so you're kind of hanging out with me because you don't remember the next day.
I don't, but at the end of the day, I'm still a good time.
All right.
We're not here for a good time. We're here for a long time. Okay, come on.
I think you said that backwards there, buddy. But okay.
Been a long day.
It's been a long day. All right, look, before we get into the sports and stuff like that, I did want to take a moment to talk about May, and the fact that it's Mental Health Awareness Month. All right, guys. It's a serious thing that we don't often talk about, and yet many of us deal with it every day. Personally, I can attest to the struggle on a daily basis. You're never, if you are newer or you haven't been here, or you guys don't know me personally, I was in the Marines for a bunch of years, and I saw my time in the Middle East, and it's affected me, and it continues to affect me on a daily basis. I know somebody like Kobe, playing hockey for so many years and having some injuries along the way also has affected his mental status and stuff like that. So it's always important, guys, to reach out to people and make sure that you're talking to the right people and getting the help that you need to. It's not a stigma. It's an important thing for people to reach out to. Compadre, I'm not sure if you've dealt with any something like that, but it's something that's important. I think that more men need to worry about it and talk about that kind of thing, and not feel like it's putting themselves down for it.
Mexican.
There you go. We can do better, is all I'm saying.
I think
but that it affects everybody differently.
Yeah.
My opinion is like, dude, your experiences are different from mine.
Yeah.
You went over there and you're a military guy. I'm not. That's not a path I ever wanted to do because I knew that was some possibilities. Kobe and me played different sports. Kobe's a dude that, and on top of that, he was a target in his sport because he was like the dude. For those of you guys that don't know, Kobe was a dude on his team. He's the guy that fucking had the skills and scored goals. And when you have the skills and score goals, they're going to target you. They're not trying to target the defender in the back. They're trying to target the dude that's putting the puck in the back of the net, right? So it's a little different. So I could understand where your guys' perspective is at,
The one thing I'd say about that is that I get it. It's tough to talk about it. And as men and as males, you're not supposed to talk about your feelings supposedly. But at the end of the day, we all go through our struggles, whether it's military, athletics, family, like divorce, problems, marriage, anything. At the end of the day, like, it's good just to reach out. It's good to talk to somebody. It's good to let someone know that what's going on in your life, even if it's little things, like it goes a long way. I think like struggling with concussions my entire life, like I think it's important. Like you're never in this alone. You're the people around you always support you. The people will always love you. They may not understand what you're going on, but like they'll listen, and all you need is someone to listen to, like, or someone to listen to you. That's all you need. Like, it's a struggle, but at the end of the day, like, it's not something you battle alone. It's something you battle with people.
Damn right. Well said, Kobe. Fucking A. Well said. Like I said, I just want to take a quick second to mention it because it is May, Mental Health Awareness, and we hadn't talked about it before. But, guys, if you need help, find the help out there. You can Google it. Somebody will be out there. Call your buddies. Call your friends. Call whoever you need to call. But get some help. Don't do anything you would regret later on. All right, guys. Let's get into the NBA, and then we're going to get into the hockey, and then we'll get into MLB, and I think I sprinkled in a little NFL in there. But Carmelo Anthony, I don't know if you guys heard, today has officially announced his retirement from the game of basketball. He ends his career as the number 9 scorer all time in history with 28,289 points, and he has also an amazing resume with 10 All-Star bids, 6 NBA All-Star selections, and a sprinkle of a little scoring title one year. What did you guys think about Carmelo Anthony? He's finally leaving. I thought he had already retired, honestly, a couple years ago.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing.
I was like, wait, he's still playing?
Man. So I'm kind of curious more about this, and I don't know if Kobe knows, but do you think Carmelo's going to be known for what he did more with Syracuse or like the actual NBA? Because I kind of feel like with the NBA, a lot of what you did in college leaks it over into what you did in the pros, and you kind of make the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying?
I think Carmelo will be known for the NBA being that positional scorer where it's like you give him the ball, the whole offense spreads to the right or the left, and you let him showcase his talent. At the end of the day, I think he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a scorer. Like, he'll be like a James Harden. He'll be like a Charles Barkley where you don't win a championship, but at the end of the day, you're a talent. Like, you're a scoring talent. You're one of those guys that doesn't come around often, and you're very talented. And I think, yeah, he like him with the Nuggets. I think his biggest mistake was going to the Knicks because obviously New York sucks in all sports. Rangers, Yankees, like Mets, anything in that category. Like, don't go to the fucking New York, the Giants especially.
He said
on those guys.
He said the
like,
Yankees.
I know. I'm fine with it. I'm okay with the analogy. We're good. Keep moving forward.
Like, don't go. Like, but at the end of the day, like, he has a Hall of Fame career. He won Olympic medals. Like, he's one of the all-time one-on-one scorers of all time. Like, other than Kobe Bryant. Like, let's be real. Like, in our era, other than Kobe, who would you imagine one-on-one that you would not want to guard? Him. And then it was probably Kevin Durant later in the career. But like, yeah, like other than that, like he's a Hall of Famer. Like,
I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he may be first or second ballot Hall of Famer, but you can't scoff at the 10 All-Star bids and 9 All-NBA selections. So he obviously was doing something right. I do think that some of his college stuff is going to trickle into his Hall of Fame bid, if you want to call it that. But you can't look away from he's top 10 in scoring of all time, and he's got 10 All-Stars. So you can't be no scrub doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. I like the way Kobe put it. And he's a scorer for sure. He's a dude that put up some numbers. He was pretty dominant at times, you know. He just never, I don't know, he didn't really have that team, you know, like, and he made the big mistake of like going, like Kobe said, to the Knicks, you know. With Denver, he was just a force, you know. Mm-hmm. And he was a dude that is really hard to guard, like Kobe said, on one-on-one, you know. Like, it's probably Kobe, Melo, and Durant, right? Yeah, he's probably right, you know, in terms of the top 3 dudes that are just hard to guard, you know.
Yeah,
for sure. Well
done. There's an echo in this fucking room. That's all I heard.
Oh.
Well, that's on you, not us.
Hey, no, I'm saying there's an echo, as in like y'all are repeating what I just said, but it's cool.
I said
all of a sudden, we're just saying we agree with you, fool.
I know, ball is life, bro.
All right, so the Lakers, I'm not sure if you guys saw it earlier, but the Lakers were in trouble. They were down 3-0 to the, as Luke likes to call them, the Denver Chicken Nuggets. I don't know how he got that. He was like, "Dad, who's playing?" I'm all, "It's the Lakers and the Nuggets." He's all, "The Chicken Nuggets?" And I was like, "Yes, son, the Denver Chicken Nuggets." He's like, "Oh," and then today he was like, "Oh, are the Lakers playing the Chicken Nuggets again?" I was fucking rolling every single time. But so many times the Lakers have had the lead over the last few games to watch it fall away when it mattered. The Lakers were just one game away from elimination. No team in the history of the league had ever come back from an 0-3 hole to come back and win a championship. Only one team has ever come back from a 3-1 hole, but the Lakers would have to win out to make it happen. Step 1, they would have to take game 4, and what did they do? Get swept. I was watching the game. I was kind of flipping back and forth between them and the baseball game, but I left it on the Laker game the second half of the fourth quarter.
And I just flipping back and forth between like the Dodgers and Lakers. I like it.
No, the Dodger game had already finished. They had already beaten the Atlanta 8-6 or whatever it was. So
okay,
that
knows what game you're talking about.
The Angels, bro. If I'm talking, it's the Angels, bro. If I'm talking, everybody, it's just fucking standard fucking knowledge at this point.
Kobe, did you know he was talking about the Angels?
Dude, I wasn't even listening, I'll be honest.
There you go. Kobe was out of it. But look, they got swept. Watching the game, like at the very end, right? They were down by 2, 45 seconds left on the clock. They didn't try to foul. They kind of let Denver slow it down and waste a bunch of time. They got lucky. Denver missed the shot. LeBron got the ball. They went down there. And it looked like, they were driving or whatever. They called timeout. They get the ball inbound, right? It looked like LeBron was going to draw everybody over to him because everybody went to him, and he took the ball. He went straight to the boards. He had 3 people on top of him, and he didn't pass the ball out. Anthony Davis is just sitting there on top of the key going, like watching the clock as it dwindled away, and it looked like James tried to draw the foul to get the 2 free throws instead of actually trying to make the shot because he didn't even get a shot off. So, what do you guys think was it wasted opportunity? Was it who's to blame here? I mentioned it to Danny, Mr. Braun's fucking fan over there, right? I mentioned it to Danny. I'm like, hey, Braun's not the man, bro. He couldn't make that last shot. Couldn't make the right decision. What happened? He's like, oh, he had 40 points. I'm like, absolutely he had 40 points, but guess what? He needed 42. And he sent me little crossbones and fucking skull or whatever, like he was dead and shit. And I'm just like, hey, he's like, well, AD, blah, blah, blah. AD's not the leader of the team, bro. It's LeBron. LeBron didn't make the right decision. They lost. Not only did they lose, but they got swept.
Huh?
Your input.
The haters are gonna find a reason to blame LeBron no matter what. If it starts with the narrative of what did LeBron do wrong and what did this, what did that, that's just my perspective is you're just hating. You know?
You wanna fuck? Okay. First of all, I'll get into LeBron real quick. LeBron is a bitch. Let's be honest. Okay, you're this God-gifted talent supposedly, and you claim yourself as a talent like that, like no other. And every interview, you praise yourself and you don't praise your teammates. Yeah, you praise Mama or whatever the fuck his name is one time. Like he praises himself 99% of the time, but you claim yourself to be better than Jordan. Like put the ball in your hands and take over the game. Let's be real. 2 points. Yeah, you score 40 points in a game. Guess what? Those 40 points don't matter because the last minute of the game is where it matters. Either you're going to win it or you're not. Like, let's be real. Like, either you have the nuts for it or you don't. You have your ice in the veins or you don't. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, you don't remember 40 points in a fucking Western Conference final game. You remember the last minute, either you sink it or you don't. Like, that's all it is. It comes down to sports. Like, no one remembers you for your little talents. They remember you for your big moments. That's why Kobe's remembered forever, because he hit the shot when it counts, and LeBron can't fucking do that. Like, seeing LeBron pass the ball off every single time, he holds the ball till 3 seconds on the shot clock and passes it off and someone shakes that shot. Like, I understand you're taking guys to yourself and you're giving these guys open shots, but if you're supposed to be this all-in-all talent, like, you're supposed to win it for your team. Like, that's how you're supposed to be. Like, if I was that talented and everything, I'm never giving the ball up. I'm never giving it to anybody else because either it's going to make and break with me, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to make it.
I do remember Kobe shooting, 5 straight air balls his rookie year with the game on the line.
Yeah, but what happened after that?
Okay.
Immediately after?
Look,
Look swept out of the playoffs?
Yeah, but
look,
like,
Jordan was given the ball on 26 different occasions to take that last shot. He missed 20, or he was given the ball a bunch of times, right? 26 of those times he missed, and they lost the game, right? But it's not how you, if that's your whole story, then it is what it is. It's how you pick yourself up and keep moving forward. LeBron hasn't changed anything that he does. Is he the all-time greatest scorer in NBA history? Yes, the record will say that. Is he the greatest player, probably the athlete to ever play the game? The stats and everything, they lean that direction. Is he the greatest player to ever play the game? I don't think so. There's at least 2 guys ahead of you on this one, and I think tonight's game proved his. It's his
game, bro. He's fucking 38, bro. Jordan cannot do what LeBron.
Jordan didn't play when he was 38. Somebody sent me a stat, and they were like playoff wins at age 38, and LeBron had fucking like 7 or whatever it was. And then they're like, Jordan 0. They're like, what the fuck's up? Jordan ain't shit. And I'm just like, bro, Jordan wasn't playing 38.
Right.
He was making trillions somewhere else.
And a lot of his Jordan's playoff runs prior to, I believe, and I could be wrong here. I think I had seen it, and don't get me wrong. I think Jordan's the greatest, right? But I just like to poke holes in some of these arguments, right? I don't think Jordan ever made the Eastern Conference Finals besides the years that he won the titles.
No, he did the year before he did it, or he did the year before he won his first championship, but he lost to the Pistons, and they won the championship. And then the following year, they beat the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Championship. And yeah, that was kind of the end of like the whole bad boy era for the Pistons when he beat them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He also lost to the Orlando Magic one year. It was the year he was coming back mid-season after playing baseball. He took him all the way to the Eastern Conference Championship. Penny Hardaway, Shaq, they were over there. Horace Grant was over there. Horace Grant had gotten moved over, and they beat the Bulls. So he has lost. Not in the finals, but in the championship round, absolutely. I can count 2.
Well, let's be honest. No one wants to fucking see the Nuggets versus the... Dude, honestly...
Hey, Luke's excited about the Denver Chicken Nuggets, all right?
Dude, Luke is 4 years old. Like,
he's 6, but okay.
Okay, he's sick, but like, let's be real, like, no. Everybody wants to see Lakers versus Celtics because of the rivalry, because of the historic battle, because of what's happened and like 18 and 18 championships. They want to see who takes over for the 19. Let's be real. Like, I ain't gonna watch the fucking NBA finals. Let's be real. Like, I don't give a fuck about Jokic. He's European. This motherfucker don't play basketball. I don't care. And then Jimmy Butler, I want to see win because Jimmy Butler's a straight dog, dude. Like,
I think everybody
Pat McAfee says, a dog. Like, dude, let's be real. Like, this guy has Jordan mentality. This guy, you never wake up the barking dog. That's what I always say in hockey. And the fact that people try and talk shit to him when they were losing, and then he all of a sudden blows up and wins the game, dude, you just don't wake him up. Like, Jimmy Butler's that dude. Let's be honest.
I think everybody's rooting for Jimmy Buckets on this one.
Oh, 100%. And like, if you saw that podcast the other day with I forgot who it was. They're talking about how Jimmy Butler went out there and he's like, pay me, and he played with the fucking third team and he beat the starters for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, dude, like, let's be real. If you're going out there and you're beating the starters with the third team, bro, pay the man. Like, he's a dog. Like, that's all I can say is like, he has that cocky, arrogant personality, but at the end of the day, if you back it up, you back it up. Like, you can be cocky and arrogant, but at the end of the day, if you back that shit up, like, all to you. Like, if you can do it, you can do it. Like, if you're going to be cocky and arrogant and you can't back it up, then yeah, you deserve to rot in a hole. But, like, dude, he backs it up, and I love him. Like, give me more of that. Give me more of that. I'm the best. You're dog shit. Like, please.
Just checked, and Jordan did not lose in the Eastern Conference Finals twice, and we lost once to the Pistons.
To the Pistons?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
I thought he lost to the
documentary, and you know.
I thought he lost.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was one, but literally, other than that, he didn't have much success in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
So that's just what I'm saying. Like, Jordan took some dog shit teams to the finals.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
So let's see here. The Heat are cruising just to beat the Celtics and head to another finals. Jimmy freaking Buckets is handling business, as Kobe was saying, and his team is there to help him along the way. They built a team around that man.
They sweep. Do Miami sweep in there?
I think that Jimmy Butler needs to. He wants to set a tone, and he wants to say, "Yeah, we can sweep this side too. We're gonna go over there and handle business." So the Celtics have almost no answer to the Heat's onslaught and are looking to get swept in the Eastern Conference.
What do you think, Kobe? Because I know Brent won't give us a chance to talk, so I have to cut him off there. Brent, you think they sweep?
I think either they sweep or they win, and so I think they either win, or if they lose this game, they lose game 5 in Boston, and then I think they win game 6. I think no matter what, like, so he win this. Sweep. But I think at the end of the day, like, if they don't win this, they'll go back to Boston. Boston gets a little fucking heat, and Boston wins that one because playing at home in Boston, they think they have it. And as a Boston fan and a Boston sports person, like, the crowd gets rallied, and we rally easily. So I think they could do it in that game, but I think once Jimmy goes going, bro, it's impossible. Like, that's the one thing about their team is, like, what was I saw a tweet the other day, and tweet today. They have 5 undrafted players. And the fact that their whole team is coming around together and being such contributors and, like, coming around together at the right time, it's just that winning formula where your whole team comes together and you're winning at the right time and you're being together at the right time, that it's just hard to beat something like that. Like, you guys come together as a unit and you're not going to beat something like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough. Momentum for sure. And so did you guys see on the last game what happened? In terms of I feel like the last 2 games they really woke up Jimmy Butler, right? Like, by taunting him. First, it was some dude I'd never seen, right? Game 2, where that dude gets in his face, and he's like, and Jimmy's like, all right, I'm not that dude. Not that dude you want to do that to. And then he got in his face and blew up for all those points, right?
Never wake up the barking dog. Yeah. Or the rule was, we ever said, like, never wake up the dog. Don't wake him up. Don't wake him up. Like, if you're beating someone horrendously, dude, if I'm winning 3-0 in a hockey game, I'm not going to talk shit till the last 40 seconds of the game where you have no chance to win. I'm going to shit on you. I'm going to tell you you're a shitty hockey player. I'm going to tell you your family sucks. I'm going to tell you suck. I'm going to tell you everything sucks. Your program sucks. I'm going to tell you your whole hockey career sucks. But I'm not going to tell you around the second period because I don't want you to get that little fire in your soul thinking you can come back. I'm going to tell you when all bets are down and you're going to act like a little bitch. Like, cry to me. Like, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to give you energy, but I'm going to tell you when it's all bets are off. Like, don't wake up the dog. And he's a fucking dog, dude.
And
he's a dog.
Was it a dude named Williams? I think that did that from Boston. Did you see who it was by any chance? That
dude, I know what you're talking about. They got forehead to forehead, and they were fucking going, and they were going like this. And then Jimmy Butler walked away and started laughing, and they were losing by 9 at that moment. And then they came back and won by like 8, and I was like, dude, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, you're a nobody off the bench.
Got him
you're
lit
nobody
up.
off the bench. You're a nobody off the bench, and you're chirping a guy that makes like $25 million a year. Like, bro, like even if you were chirping me and I was making $25 million a year, I'd be like, bro, I drive a Benz and you drive a Toyota Corolla. Like, shut the fuck up, please. You show up to a game with the bus. I show up with a game with a 45-man posse. Like, shut the fuck up, please.
And did you see the other one? The other one I know for sure who it was. It was Al Horford, right? So he does makes a 3, and then he does the timeout. He looks at Jimmy Butler and he goes really low and does a timeout. Right? Did we just go there? Does a timeout. And then Jimmy catches fire, right? And he turns around and he does the same thing, a timeout, but this time he does it right in front of them because they have to cross to go to their bench. So he's right there looking right at them because Horford kind of did it like, I guess Jimmy probably saw it as more of a slight, like from far away, you know?
Well, it's the same thing as that college basketball game, the women's, when that girl was, I think it's a different taunting level. I think when you're going like this, and like taunting someone after you won the national championship, it's a different level, especially going in their face. But like, dude, like Jimmy's got it. Like Jimmy Buckets. Let's be real. If your name's Jimmy Buckets, like you fucking got it. Like I don't know, like what a hockey name would be preferred to. But, like,
so if he wins a NBA title, Hall of Famer.
Okay, it's too soon, but I'd say very close because the fact that he did it without all that. Okay, the fact that he did it with 5 undrafted players, Kyle Lowry, who's very old and he's getting passes. He's not in his prime anymore. He's getting very old. I think if he gets like another 3 or 4 solid years, I think Jimmy does it. But like, it's too soon. Like, just because you win a championship doesn't mean
I think him even making it to 2 finals, which it looks like he's gonna, in all probability, he's gonna make it. Is he's gonna get in the Hall of Fame because they let Yao Ming.
But you count the COVID you count the COVID one?
Why not? Why not?
No,
they still had to play. They still had to play.
You still play. But the thing that's with sports is like just because LeBron won the COVID year, fuck that.
LeBron. No, it doesn't matter. LeBron won before that. Like
but I'm saying
everybody had the same opportunity to win that title.
No, but you don't.
Everybody had the same opportunity.
The thing is with playoffs,
you could cry about it and be like, "Oh, well, we didn't win because I had a hangover, whatever." Everybody had the same opportunity. If you didn't win, then that's your problem. You're just
saying that because your fucking Dodgers won during the COVID era.
Doesn't
that's all you're saying.
Dude, they had the hardest path. Nobody ever had to win more playoff games than they did that year. Nobody ever had to before them. Nobody's had to since then. They didn't have one single playoff home game in front of a crowd. They played the majority of those games on the road on a field that they don't even know.
Are you talking about baseball?
They had this.
Basketball?
Talking about baseball. Well, the bubble. Everybody was in Florida.
I don't have to play in front of 1,000 other fans for another team. It's so fucking easy. The fans make a difference.
It's easy. So then, why didn't everybody do it?
What?
If it's so easy, why didn't anybody else do it?
Why didn't anybody else? It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy that it doesn't count for when it's not your team.
It does. I'm not saying it doesn't count when it's my team. I'm saying
someone else's team. Right?
I'm saying it doesn't contribute to anything because I think
the pressure of the playoffs. So easy, the
pressure of the playoffs.
I don't care what you can say.
The pressure of the playoffs build with the fans.
Again, everybody was playing the same spot in the same arenas with the same.
Everybody had the same opportunities.
You're just saying that because you're fucking whatever it's called, Dodgers winning a championship during the COVID era.
Hey,
all you're saying is
it was easy. It was,
bro. If it was easy, if it was easy, then anybody else could have done it.
Yep. Yeah, hitting 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
It just so
$700 million a year, you'll fucking win a championship. I hope you know that.
Yeah, right. You're right. It's so easy because the team that pays the most for their team is the one that wins it every single year.
Look at the
Yeah,
Yankees.
Dodgers sure as
Everybody knows
hell
that.
not been doing well.
Everybody knows that the
Yeah,
team that
fuck
paid
the
the most for
Dodgers.
their players
How are they doing
wins
this
it
year?
every year. They're first
They doing
place, homie. They're first place. Same as every
Well, how-
year. First
Wait,
place. How the
dude,
Red Sox
honestly,
do?
I haven't
They
watched-
first.
The only game.
They just lost to the Angels tonight.
The only game that matters is the last
damn.
10 games of the baseball season and playoffs. Let's be real.
How'd the Red Sox do in the playoffs last year?
I think we're doing nasty, bro. I think we won the World Series last year.
You're right. You're right.
We're a fucking wagon.
On MLB The Show.
Hell yeah. Hey. You win or lose, you booze, right?
Win or
You
lose, you always
booze.
booze.
Exactly. That's my fantasy football league. You win or lose, you booze. And sure as hell, we booze a lot at Fenway currently.
All right, so here we go. So as it sits right now, how do you think the finals are shaping out? If they play out the way they're playing out, then the Nuggets, it's gonna be the Heat versus the Nuggets, right? So is Miami gonna bring a Heat and fry up the Nuggets, or are the Nuggets gonna come out and dip the Heat with some sauce and shit? I don't know. Fucking, who do you guys got?
Heat and 6.
Yeah. I do like the Heat more, man. I do like the Heat. I don't know if the Heat has. It's interesting because I think neither one has answers for each other. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't think anybody has an answer for Jokic, right? But
What about that guy in the middle for the Heat?
Um,
What's his name? Dude. I want to say Abumike, but she's like women WNBA, but like same bullshit. Like,
yeah. I don't know, dude. So, I mean, I don't know.
Zion
I just don't think
Jonas
either
has
one
them at this point. Get him in the middle, fucking block Jokic.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you see the 2 threes that he hit in this series? The one that he hit today, and then the one that he did in game 1.
Yo,
Game
he hit one falling back,
Jeez.
arced it about
Yeah,
25
and then
feet up in the
Durant
air.
looked at him and was like, he was like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
That guy's something
Anthony
else.
Durant, man, he's an interesting guy. That Anthony
All right,
Durant.
question first of all.
Anthony
Do you
Durant.
think this fucking new guy that's coming to the San Antonio
Anthony.
Spurs is all that shit?
So what?
Well, I don't know. Did you see that dude, Kenny Lofton Jr. Punking him like in the post because he was too heavy for him and he's smaller than him? But they kind of put it out there like, hey, he's gonna need gain some weight. Yeah, he's dominating other dudes that are way smaller than him, but that's not in the NBA. He doesn't have the weight to really push around. I think he's gonna be good. Do I think he's gonna dominate the way everybody's kind of saying right off the gate? Probably not.
Wait, but I have a question though, because I didn't really pay attention to sports like that thoroughly and that crazy, but like this guy seems like he has more praise than LeBron coming into the draft. Is that true or something? Because like I hear nothing about this guy being a generational talent, and they say like they don't mention LeBron, they don't mention like crazy number 1 overall picks. They mention him being about like the generational talent of NBA. Like,
yeah, and it's
is that like
I feel like society and sports in general is like, what have you done for me lately? Like if I'll pose this question for you for example, Kobe, right? When you think of like maybe a generational talent in terms of baseball, is there a guy that stands out?
Mike Trout?
No, but Trout was
Shohei Ohtani.
underrated. Okay, Ohtani, but I'm saying in the draft, right? Like in the draft, a dude that like, oh man, this guy's a can't miss. So I don't know if you could. Brent, can you think of one?
Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay, so think even sooner. There's a dude. There's another guy.
Anthony Volpe.
No. Keep going. I mean, not that soon. I guess a little further
Bryce
back.
Harper?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce
Harper. Because what did he do as a junior in high school?
I don't know. Hit the ball a lot.
Okay, well, you're right on it. But he did something that just was unheard of. And they put it, that's how he got his name on the map. Just similar to LeBron, because they're about the same age-ish. They're about, I think, 6 years apart. But he hit a ball 500 feet as a sophomore, I believe, in high school, 500 feet, right? And they measured it, it hit here, went there. Everybody saw it, a whole bunch of witnesses and stuff like that, right? So then he gets interviewed by a local radio, TV station. He walks it over and like, yeah, I landed here, this and this and that, right? So the next thing you know, he comes out junior year and he's just a monster, right? So what does he do? He forgoes his senior year to play JUCO baseball with not just JUCO baseball, but he found a very specific one that played wood bat only. so that he could enter the draft after his junior year of high school. So homeboy got drafted after his junior year of high school. Not even senior year of high school, because he got drafted after his junior year of high school. So, and everybody kind of forgets that, just like you said about LeBron, right? LeBron was hyped since he was he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a sophomore in high school, and while people hate on him, I get it. I don't think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's so hard to live up to the expectations. If you even win one title, and you're hyped up that much from a 15-year-old, dude, you got to tip your cap to that, in my opinion.
All right, fuck baseball at this point. How about that Sports Illustrated magazine doing? Okay, what do you just think of the Sports Illustrated doing the 60-year-olds in there? Hey, if you look good and you got it, you fucking strut it. You guys didn't see that? You guys don't know about that?
What? The what?
No.
Who's okay, I'm gonna be okay, I don't remember her name, but she did very cooking stuff, and she did a lot of white girl, blonde, older, probably in her 80s, 70s, 80s. She's blonde. She did a lot of cooking channels. Martha Stewart. She was on Sports Illustrated. Okay, Martha Stewart did Sports Illustrated recently, and she fucking crushed it. And then she crushed it with a bunch of famous people. But dude, I'm just gonna say this: if you're 60 or 70 and you're listening to the podcast, if you got it, you got it. You strut your stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. Because he said about Sports Illustrated being on the cover. If you got it, you got it.
Kobe wants Martha Stewart.
Kobe
wants Martha Stewart to make him a fucking.
If you saw Martha Stewart in that cover, you might be choking the chicken a little bit. Let's be real.
He's right.
You might.
She's 81, bro. 81.
She looks fucking damn good for 81.
81. Wow.
And Brett's pulling it up right now because he needs something.
I saw Kobe. I saw fucking Artie looking.
Well, I wanted to see what he was talking about. I actually thought he was going to be talking about Heidi Klum, to be honest, because I know she's
Martha Stewart. They did a thing about hey, age doesn't matter. No matter about your age, it's beautiful. That's all I gotta say is yeah, dude, if you got it, you got it. You start your stuff. No matter your age, no matter who you are, no matter your weight and size, you're beautiful as you are. You're just beautiful as a character and a person. But dude, the Sports Illustrated, because we just brought that up, dude, they fucking crushed it. I think it was Martha Stewart and it was a couple other older ladies, dude, and they rocked that thing out of the park. I was like, is that damn? She looked good. I'm god damn, I might wife you up. I might love you.
That's funny.
Not bad.
So,
not bad.
I don't know. So top. So let's talk about maybe the top 3 dudes that were generational players and let's go a fourth to add Kobe in there, right?
Okay.
So a dude that was just talented as or dubbed as the ones. I could think of 2, and I don't follow hockey
basketball
crazy, right? Let's just start with hockey.
Okay.
Gretzky and Crosby.
Okay, Gretzky, McDavid, and supposedly this new kid that's going to Colorado or going to Chicago.
Oh, Crosby, man. You don't think Crosby was hyped from freaking since homeboy started walking, basically?
No, so Crosby was hyped since he was 11 years old, and he was on the cover, and he was supposed to be the face. So Crosby was supposed to be hyped from 11 years old. This kid, Connor Bedard, that's supposed to be drafted first overall to Chicago, which is fucking rigged. Let me say that first off, for this NHL draft. There is no way Chicago, for instance, the Blackhawks, who just had an entire rape scandal of one of their players getting sexual assaulted, their coach knew, their GM knew, their coach got fired, the GM got fired. Then a year later, they sell Patrick Kane, Patrick Kane was drafted in 2009 first overall. They haven't had a first overall draft pick since then. And then they get Connor Bedard, this generational talent. Since he was 8 years old, he was supposed to be the first overall pick. This kid is supposed to be a prodigy. He's supposed to be the next fucking Sidney Crosby, the next Connor McDavid.
Okay,
this kid is supposed to be that.
This dude hasn't played, right?
Dude, this kid is something else.
But he hasn't played, right?
I sent this to the group chat.
Yes or no? Has he played in the NHL?
Bro, it doesn't matter.
It does, because that's literally the same argument we're talking about with Wamby. They're hyping these dudes up before they're even there.
But hockey's such a different sport.
Hyped up, went into their respective sports and actually lived up to their hype.
But hockey is such a different sport, respectively.
And
because
that's not what I'm talking about.
I know, but I'm saying they were hyped up. But I'm saying hockey is such a different sport when it comes to hyping up someone. Because at the end of the day, we're playing against 20, 21-year-olds that are very physically and very challenged. But the thing is, how many of those lower end bottom teams is Chicago going to play? How many points are you going to stack? when I think about playing a shitty team, like when I was in college and I played against a shitty team, I would always say it's point night. I'm gonna fucking stack up points. Let's be real. And they don't measure about who you score against; they measure how many points you get. And this guy's gonna be paired up on the top line. He's gonna get all the playing minutes. They're gonna give him the fucking world. Literally, Chicago, like Justin Fields, a nobody compared to this kid. Like Chicago's gonna market their sports around this kid, Connor Bedard, because that's who he is. That's his talent. That's everything. Like, you're not going to know anybody. This kid's going to be the most marketable thing and everything. Gatorade, Nike, everything. Like, he's already getting those sponsors. He's already getting everything. Mm-hmm. He's been known since he was 13 years old. I was sending stuff to the group chat, or like our fantasy football. I think when our whole fiasco happened, when Buffalo canceled their game because of that player, Hamlin or whatever, like I sent that thing about Connor Bedard in the world. He's 16 years old playing against 19-year-olds, and he's shitting on them. Like, this kid has shit on everybody older than him like no other. And the fact that I know he's going to do it in the NHL. Like, you don't see players come around this talent. And, like, you always have first overall picks. You always have these players that are talents and always great.
I've seen one come around with that talent. His name Wayne Gretzky.
Exactly. And there's one that's recently, Connor McDavid. And this guy just fucking...
He hasn't
a lot of Connors here.
Yeah, he hasn't played. And that's not what I asked. I asked guys that were.
I would say if you're gonna go
and lived up to
if you're gonna go,
so my two dudes that I know, and it's Crosby and Gretzky. Those are two dudes that were like they came
McDavid.
in. And
I got
huge.
I got Crosby and Ovechkin.
When you're talking about it, I'd like to research that one though.
Crosby, Ovechkin, Connor McDavid.
Was Ovechkin hyped?
Yeah,
I know Ovechkin was good.
Ovechkin was like the golden boy.
Okay. He was golden boy. He was the following year after Crosby got drafted, and he was the following year. And the thing was that Washington Capitals and Pittsburgh Penguins are in the same division, so that's why it was so hyped about that. This guy plays for Pittsburgh, and this guy's coming into Washington. This is going to be a battle of rivalries for the next 15 years, which it was. Mm-hmm. It's a battle of the number one overall picks for the following year. And like it was.
Crosby's still playing?
Crosby's still playing. He's still really good. He hit 89 points in his 17th year in the NHL.
Hall of Famer for sure, right?
Dude, Hall of Famer by his 10th year.
Okay, for sure. That's what I kind of thought.
He's won three Stanley.
Yeah, so I would say
3 Stanley Cups. Right. He's won 4 MVPs. He's won 2 Conn Smythe, which is the MVP of the playoffs. Like, dude, he was a Hall of Famer by his 10th year in the NHL.
All right. Okay, so now let's talk about maybe baseball guys. Any baseball guys that come to mind? I know Brent said one earlier.
Griffey, obviously.
Number 1 overall that lived up to it, like won an MVP.
I want to say Clemens. But he's riddled with controversy.
Okay.
Honestly,
I will tell you something right now.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Let's be real. If you're taking drugs and going on with the bloody sock game, let's be real. He crushed the Yankees. I don't give a fuck what he did. He beat the Yankees. The Yankees. That's all that matters. You beat the Yankees. That's all that matters. Because fuck the Yankees. Like, Yankees are the epitome of the devil for baseball. No. I hate the Yankees. They're Boston Red Sox rival. They're scumbags. They have to pay $3 billion in salary to win a World Series, but they can't. Like, let's be real. It's the Boston Red Sox all the way.
Yeah, so that's why Clemens left, because he couldn't win in Boston, so he wouldn't want it with New York.
We won in Boston actually 1 year.
Not with him.
No, we won in 2007. The bloody sock game. Bloody sock game where we came back from down 4.
You're thinking of Chris
You want to bet? Okay.
Yeah. How much? How much you want to
lose?
I
think you're actually right. You're actually right.
I know you wanted it with Schilling.
It was a Kurt Schilling game. I'm sorry. Yeah. You were right. I'll give you that.
So baseball, here's this.
I got one more too.
One number 1 overall pick. Overall number 1 pick, because a lot of people seem to confuse first round pick with number 1 overall because they think, it was the Angels' number 1 pick. Yes, you're right, but it was not the overall number 1 pick.
Yeah,
Griffey's the only one to ever make the Hall of Fame. The only one. Who do you think might be a close second? Has the numbers, but is never going to make it?
I don't know baseball. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Brent. I'm throwing this for Brent.
Who?
I'll give you a couple.
Number 1 overall.
Who's number 1 overall? Has the numbers. Has pretty much everything you could think of. I'll give you some teams, okay? I'll start with an obvious team so that that you'll still won't know. The Yankees is one team. Does that help?
Okay.
Okay. Texas Rangers is another team.
Okay.
Does that help yet?
Yep.
Or who is it?
Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez. Number 1 overall as well, too, but won't make the Hall of Fame. And then that's it. That's probably going to... Well, I mean, Bryce Harper is probably going to make the Hall of Fame when he's done. He's got 2 MVPs.
What about Steven Strasburg?
Nah, he's not going to make the
He
Hall
didn't.
of Fame.
He
He's
didn't.
hurt too much.
Yeah. He was very hyped coming out of high school and out of college, whatever.
Not out of high school, college.
Out of college.
Adrian Gonzalez?
Won't make the Hall of Fame.
No.
David Price?
Won't make the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he'll make it.
Garrett Cole?
Garrett Cole might.
He was the number 1 overall?
He was.
He was number 1.
Yeah. I always like to brag. I did his first professional interview.
Right.
He was, when I was a sports writer for the Orange County Register, his dad hit me up. Sent me an email. He said, "Hey, my son just finished playing in this All-American baseball game, and he touched 100 miles per hour while we were out there." So then I'm like, "What? Tell me more."
Tell
then
me
I met
more.
up with him,
Tell me more.
Yeah, it was before he was going into his senior year, so not a lot of people knew him, and so I didn't know it was his professional interview. So I met up with him like at a local park, right, just to do the interview and talk about like how. And I was like, "Hey, dude, so how does it, talk about like your upcoming season? You're projected to go kind of high, blah blah blah. Well, what are you looking for? This and this and that." And he had a little bit of hype around him, but not as much as once he started playing. Once he played his senior year, dude, he just blew up. So yeah, and his dad, I remember his dad telling me like he got taken in a sandwich pick, which is I think like around the 15 marker by the Yankees, out of high school. And he said, nope, he's actually a big USC fan, but he went to go play his college ball at UCLA. So then he went to UCLA for 2 years. Then he got drafted again because he wanted like a certain amount. And he comes from a wealthy family, so they weren't like in need for him to like go straight to the pros, So then he got drafted number 1 overall by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Played a couple years there. Then he got traded to Houston and played there. And then he signed as a free agent with the Yankees. Yeah, man. So, and then I remember at the interview, one of the most interesting things was he was kind of talking smack about his high school coach. How his high school coach didn't like him and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And so then that's how I found out it was his first professional interview was afterwards his dad. Oh, because his dad wanted to be involved with the interview. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. Like it's just not going to come natural and he's going to be nervous around you. You're his dad. Like, it's all right. Like, I'm just going to ask some simple questions. Don't worry about it. He's, I've done these a ton of times. They're kids. I'm not here to hurt them. Right. So when he was done, his dad's like, hey, so how do you do in the interview? This and this, that. I said, oh, he did well. He's all, any tips, I said, well, if he's going to be as good as he's talking about and stuff like that, and the info you guys sent me, he might not want to talk about his coach very bad like that. I said, I'm a nice guy, but other reporters are going to try and make a name for themselves by burning Garrett. I said, so like, you might want to tell Garrett, like, don't say anything at all, like he'll be better off for it.
Yeah.
I said, because that's going to be a big term. Oh, he looked at Garrett with like some evil eye, like, I'm going to get your ass later, right? Type of look. And then he was like, yeah, Dad, sorry, type of thing, dude. But he wasn't very big at the time. Like, he was a hair taller than me, and he was skinny, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, he was pretty skinny. He was wiry, thin, like, and I remember telling him, like, bro, I said, how tall are you? I said, you're what? 5'11", 6 feet. He's 6 feet, right? I'm all right. With cleats on, because he was a hair taller than me. But I said, how much you weigh, man? You look like you weigh like what, 150, 160?
Wet?
So, yeah, like right about there, 165. And I was like, and you're touching 100? And he said, yeah. He's all, I mean, I'm not hitting 100 every single time, but yeah, I could throw 100. And I was like, okay. I was like, mind me asking, how'd you get up that high? Like to be touching 100, he's a dude, a lot of long toss. He was saying a lot of long tosses, how he got up there. I was like, all right, cool. And he was a nice dude, I feel like he's prickly now when I see him in interviews and stuff like that, but he wasn't like that the very first time I interviewed him,
I got you.
There you go. That's my Garrett Cole story there.
Already making things happen before people even knew. 4 people.
Right? Yeah. Nice dude. Like his dad was real nice. His dad was real cool.
All right, so that's baseball. What about football?
So football, dudes that were hyped up, that really lived up to it.
Peyton,
Manning's got to first come to mind. John Elway,
Andrew
maybe?
Luck.
Nah.
Oh, what did he say?
He retired pretty. I mean, John Elway, dude. You know, John Elway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's way before my time type of thing, but homeboy was a 3-sport star. And he went to Stanford and played 2 sports over there and got drafted in the first round for 2 sports, you know?
Can't spit on that.
And won 2 Super Bowls and a couple MVPs, you know? Trying to think who else I was really hyped up and actually delivered. I mean, most of the times they're going to be quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, Kobe, like, I love Tom Brady not as much as you, but he wasn't a dude that was hyped up coming in, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, Tom is Tom.
Yeah, Tom is Tom. You saw? Hey, did you see
Tom.
that?
You see that interview?
Owner for the Raiders now.
That's why I'm a Raider fan. Go
Raiders!
Raiders!
All of a sudden, all of us. Yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah, minority owner. That.
Go Raiders! Jimmy Garoppolo,
The
Devontae Adams. I'm gonna get me a
Raiders.
jersey. Who's that guy that killed somebody in a car crash for the Raiders? I'm gonna get his jersey. It's lit.
Damn. This guy.
Can't take him anywhere. God damn it!
Right,
Dude, dude. Honestly, fuck the Raiders because there's all a bunch of scumbags. If you're Raider fans and you're listening, y'all scumbags. But at the end of the day, Tom's bringing his winning tradition to Las Vegas, and guess what? Go Golden Knights. I'm a Raider fan now. Unfortunately,
See, isn't that
I gave Brent the chance. I would cheer for the Dallas Cowboys if he cheered for the Dodgers. He didn't accept
That's
it.
right. That's what I said.
Fuck that.
It was still.
I would be a diehard, and Brent knows how diehard I am for sports. I'd be a diehard. I'd paint myself in blue and white. I'd paint myself and I'd spray paint myself. Yeah, this shit wouldn't come off. Have you ever seen like what is that movie called where the kid they steal his movie set and he paints that guy blue and he's blue for like a fucking month? Dude, I'd be that. I'd be blue. I'd be blue. I'd bleed and die and I'm blue.
Damn,
but Brent didn't want it. Brent
didn't want it. Brent didn't want it.
Brent didn't want it. Fucking coward. He didn't believe in his Angels, but he didn't. Dude, how many teams have I cheered for and they've won? The Pats, exactly. Everything.
So the Pats.
We beat Ohio State with Michigan, but Brent wants to keep cheering his fucking teams and to lose. Like, guess what? They just got rid of Kellen Moore, and they're gonna fucking lose, and they're gonna suck again. And they have the Eagles. Like, honestly, they need all the help they can get. They need Kobe Downs as a fan. They need anybody as a fan. They need people. They need everything. Because guess what? Dak Prescott ain't no Jalen Hurts, and Dak Prescott ain't fucking nothing special. Dak Prescott can lick the bottom of my nutsack for all his case. He ain't nothing special. Like, you ain't beating the Eagles. I'm sorry. You ain't coming out of the. You're gonna be in the wild card the entire time as long as Jalen Hurts is in the division. You're not. I'm sorry.
Big words. Big words.
Fighting words. Fighting
words. Fuck yeah. And he's still an Angels fan, and they're gonna get rid of Ohtani.
I know.
Gonna be fucking
That's what
sad.
I tell him.
Dude, like, Ohtani's gonna go to the Dodgers or the Yankees. Let's be real. And like, you're gonna still chill for them. And Mike Trout's just gonna milk your fucking salary cap, and he's just gonna be there because he wants to get paid. Mike Trout's that player that'd rather get paid than win a championship because that's what he's known for. Let's be real. Like, fuck the Angels.
I got a joke that I set up, and we didn't get to talk about.
We don't have to get into the joke, man.
And
get in the joke.
I set Brent up for a couple of days, right? And I'm like, hey, Brent, man, you think Trout ever feels bad for Ohtani because they haven't won since he's been there? He's like, oh, Trout went in the playoffs once. I said about Ohtani, man. They haven't been in the playoffs since Ohtani got there. Nah. I said, all right. So the next day, I'm like, hey, Brent, you don't think Ohtani winning the WBC is going to change his mind about, like, man, that's what it feels like to actually win something we're talking about? Brent's like, nah, man, that's something whole different. And maybe that helped him get it out of, like, his system. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I don't know. I think Trout's, like, going to be, like, the older big brother and, like, help him out and talk to him about it, right? Like, right? So then the next day I told Brent, hey, Brent, and tell me if you've seen this movie, Kobe. Have you ever seen the movie Good Will Hunting?
Hell yeah, the gay guys?
Yeah, sure. I don't remember that part, but all right. Goodwill Hunting is where it's Matt Damon and it's your fellow Boston Red Sox fans. They're big.
Yeah,
Boston
aren't they
guys.
gay?
They're not gay.
Oh, I thought they were gay. But you want to know what? Hey, Pride Month. Hey, LA soon, Pride Month. I don't know people, but I know two people that are gay and they love each other a lot. I might be going to Pride Month just to support them. Nice. Just saying, you guys don't know them. You guys might not know them. They're not related to me. But yes, Pride Month, 100%. I respect Pride Month. I'll be there. Gay Pride. Let's go. Let's go. LGBTQ.
So you see
let's
the movie.
Go.
So you seen the way basically the movie ends, right? So
yeah.
Ben Affleck talks to Matt Damon, right? And think of Ben Affleck as Mike Trout, right? And he's talking to Otani. He says, "If you're still here in 5 fucking years, he's that's fucking disrespectful to me that you're still fucking here. He's all you need to use your talents. You need to fucking get the hell out of here. You need to go do things that I'm never ever gonna be able to do.
Like us, you don't know nothing. You on this podcast, bro. Yeah, we need to spread our wings. We need to fly.
You don't need to fly. You don't need to be like me. You don't know the Angels nothing, man. You didn't come up with them in the organization. Get your ass out of here. You want to win? You don't be here then. Like, you need to go, man. Because in 5 years, I'm going to kick your ass if you're still here. Dude, that's a conversation I envision Trout having with him. Right?
Dude, it's Anaheim. It's Anaheim, though, dude. Like, think about it. The Angels, the Ducks, they both fucking suck. They live in their past. They live in their championships of what? 2003. Oh, my God. We won a World Series with Mike Scioscia as general manager. Like,
2002.
We got Vladimir Guerrero. Like, oh, my God.
Hey, I got another one for you, Kobe. Hey,
golly.
MLB's looking for another expansion team, right? Like they're trying to get expansion teams. What's a city that you think really needs like a baseball team, bro? That you're just like, okay, that'd be a good city.
Actually, for how the Seattle Kraken and the Seattle fans have came around the Seattle Kraken, dude, Seattle.
Well, you know the Mariners play there, right?
Who?
The Seattle Mariners.
Who?
For baseball.
I know, but who?
I mean,
aren't they going to LA? Aren't they going to Vegas?
I think
no, that's Oakland.
That's the A's.
The Oakland
and
A's.
They might not be going to Vegas anymore.
Isn't Oakland?
I got the scoop.
Hey, but I thought of a really good city that needs a baseball team, bro. And you're gonna be shocked when I tell you, Kobe. And hear me out, okay? Anaheim. Anaheim would be a great city to have a baseball team, bro. Like Orange County, imagine them like rallying around like a baseball team.
Yeah, and Disney could buy in and actually support a fucking baseball team.
Yeah, Disney
dude, like
too, huh?
And like Anaheim doesn't have any sports teams.
We're about to fucking mute both of you right now.
They could insure
right? Like imagine.
Yeah, dude.
They could even put the stadium right next to like across the freeway of like the Ducks.
I'm gonna mute both of you right now.
Anaheim has a Ducks team. Oh, is that big? Wait, is that big A that we drive across?
Yeah, they do the flying V thing. It looks like a flying V.
I thought that was country theme night, and they just do like country concerts.
It was where they have the monster trucks every like.
I thought too, because I've seen posts recently where they drive monster trucks, and I've seen more posts about monster trucks than baseball games recently.
And concerts and stuff like that, right? Like, man, yeah, but that'd be amazing, right? Like,
yeah, but also if you make $500 million a year, you might as well go play at that monster truck stadium. You right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because guess what? You ain't gonna win, but at least you're gonna drive monster trucks all day. Holy fuck, we suck, right? Like, oh my god. Like, either become a Dodgers fan or a Padres fan at this point. But guess what? I'm gonna cheer for.
I don't know. The Padres suck right now too, man. They have the second fewest runs scored in all of baseball behind the Oakland A's.
Is Brian going to be on this podcast soon, or is he quiet?
You guys have just been talking for the last like 15 minutes. So I just kind of let you guys roll.
That's right. Shut the fuck up, little bitch.
Anyways,
anything I said wrong, Brent. Something I said wrong.
There has been a team in Anaheim forever now, and they just so happen to be called the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Long Beach, California, whatever. We talked. Kobe kind of touched on the Vegas Golden Knights there, in another thriller on Sunday night. They took it to OT again, came out on top of the Dallas Stars. Chandler Stevenson played the hero with just over a minute into OT, scoring the game-winning goal, solidifying the Knights' 2-0 lead over the Stars going into Game 3 on Tuesday. After that score, you can see the defeat in the Stars' second line faces as they sulked into locker rooms. On the eastern side of the puck, Kobe, Florida Panthers lead the Hurricanes 2-0 with the game.
3-0.
Is it 3? They won today?
They won today.
There you go, 3-0. All right, there we go. Do you think both the Panthers and the Heat at this point are going to be going? They were looked at as underdogs going into the playoffs this season. They said there's no way in how these two teams go out there and look. The Heat are doing it, and now the Hurricanes are doing it. So what do you think, Kobe?
I think hockey is different than any other sports. I think it takes 22 guys to win. And, dude, honestly, Florida's just that team that is just rallying around each other and doing everything they can. Like, I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, diehard. It broke my heart to see them lose to the Florida Panthers. Like, it broke my heart. I thought once we got past Tampa Bay Lightning, it was our time to shine. It was our year. I was ready to go. I was ready to
said he was a Kings fan, Brent.
He was a long time ago.
I'm speaking from the heart here. Listen. My Toronto Maple Leafs, they broke my heart, dude. They literally broke it, like, in a million pieces. Like, I was ready. I was cheering them on. I was like, you want to know what? We lose game 1, whatever. We lose game 2, whatever. Game 3, now I'm fucking worried. We go into overtime in game 4. We lose. They score with 2 minutes left in game 4 against Florida. And I was like, oh, you're right. You want to know what? This is where we rally. This is where we fucking rally. We lose to Florida. So I think there's teams that come around in the NHL every 10, 15 years that have that resilience and have that fight in them, and they get that little momentum. And there was a point in the NHL season, I think it was probably about 2 months ago, 3 months, actually 4 or 5 months ago, Maurice, the coach of the Florida Panthers, yelled at the entire bench, calling them fucking pussies, calling them little bitches. You can literally see his mouth expressions on the bench, yelling at his entire team, yelling at them because they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're 10 points out of the 8th spot. And he's yelling at them, calling them a bunch of little bitches. Imagine your coach calling you a little bitch. Like, who the fuck are you to yell at me? But at the same time, yeah, we are a bunch of little bitches. Then they rally around that. They battle back. They barely make playoffs from 1 point. Pittsburgh played the Arizona Coyotes, the worst team in the NHL, lost. And that's why Florida Panthers made the playoffs. So therefore, Florida just rallied at the right time. They got each other going. And Brady Tkachuk, he had like 30 points in his last 10 games of the NHL season. He has 17 points in his playoffs right now. He's literally carrying that team. He had both overtime winners in the first and second game. Dude, they're just one of those teams. It's like when the Kings won their first Stanley Cup, they came in as the last seed in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they won the Stanley Cup. And I also think that having that resilience coming down from 3-1 and beating the Boston Bruins and literally just battling back and playing against the Bruins, supposedly the best team in NHL history, and beating them, like, dude, they just got everything flowing. Their lines are rolling. They're rolling. Them as a whole unit is rolling. It's you can't really dream anything about it.
All right. So who do you have then? Do you have the Vegas Golden Knights or the Florida Panthers?
Honestly, my heart wants Vegas, but thinking smart, Florida. Like,
in
I hate
4,
Florida, but
in
like
5, in 6, in 7?
Florida in 6.
Florida in 6.
If Florida and Vegas go to the Stanley Cup final, I want Vegas to win, but I have a feeling Florida, just with that resilience and how much pressure they had to battle, I think they got it.
Damn. I like it, Kobe. That's what we brought you here for, Kobe. This amazing insight. Did you realize that the all 4 games, technically before tonight's game, had gone into overtime?
I think, dude, honestly, I think playoffs is another extreme. I think the 4 overtime game, I couldn't imagine. Imagine going to a fucking NHL game at 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, and finishing at 2:30 in the morning. Like, what the fuck on a Thursday night? Artie, imagine you going to a Dodger game, 8 o'clock, playoffs, okay? Are you gonna leave a game if it's playoffs? Exactly. And you work Friday morning at 8 o'clock, and you have to be there at school at 8 o'clock, and you don't leave the stadium until 2:30 in the morning. How fucking shitty is that?
I'll be
as long as they win.
fine sick, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but like I think Florida just I don't know. I think Florida.
You think Florida is too much for Vegas?
I don't think Florida's too much. I think Vegas is better, overall, I just think Florida has that heart. I think heart wins championships, and I think Florida just has that heart, has that grit, has that mental fortitude, and they battled so much already, barely making playoffs, having to battle for the last 2 months of the season. They had a battle to make playoffs. That was their playoffs. So they had a battle to make playoffs. So the fact that now they're in playoffs and they're even showing more than what they did in the season, I think they just have more mental fortitude than anybody else in the season. They've been battling for the playoffs for the last 5-6 months, and yeah, they just got a lot more on them.
Already knowing zero about hockey, who do you got? Vegas or do you got Florida?
Never bet against Vegas.
Okay.
I don't know.
My money's on Vegas too. So 2-2 against 1 on that one. Oh my God. I feel like I've heard a lot more Kobe and a lot less of me. All right, let's get into the MLB. Something I wanted to talk about last week, Artie, as Kobe's out getting a drink right now. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so quiet. Angel Hernandez news. Officially, he is still employed. Unofficially, he hasn't seen any action since April 3rd. Every team knows that they are in for a long night when Hernandez is on the field. Even with that, no one has said anything about it. Usually there are retirement parties, announcements, et cetera, et cetera. The only thing being said that because he's not on the field, they're saying that it's due to a back injury, right? And he should be back after it heals, but I'm sure no one is buying that for a hot minute. For those of you who don't remember, he filed a lawsuit against MLB for racial discrimination back in 2017, which he then lost. MLB blamed the MLB for the lack of World Series assignments and the crew promotions on his poor performance. Or he said he was just saying the MLB said they didn't do it because of his poor performance. And he said, no, it's because I'm Mexican, or Hispanic, I should say. But Hernandez didn't. Yeah, I think he's Cuban. But Hernandez didn't see it that way. What do you think? Should he just crawl away and die at this point?
I think he's getting that Carmelo Anthony treatment right now. Like, oh, damn, he's not retired?
I haven't seen him.
I mean, he should retire. And did you hear that Will Clark thing? I sent it to you. So let me summarize it for you guys with Will Clark, right? The story. So Will Clark has on what's it called? Uncensored or something like that. Uncensored podcast or something like that. And he has a good Angel Hernandez story. He says, Angel Hernandez was behind the plate. He throws a pitch on the outside corner. Will Clark thought it was a little too far outside. He turns around and asks Angel, he's like, hey, is that as far as he could go? He tells him, yeah, well, that's as far as he could go. He's all right, cool. So then he throws another pitch and he rings up Will Clark. This time it's even further away. Turns around and asks Angel Hernandez, hey, what the F, right? Like you just said, that's as far as he goes. And that's clearly further. Or am I wrong? He tells him, hey, sorry, Will. The ball ran on me because he has some run on that ball and it just ran on me. So he's all right. And that's it. Just kind of walks out, right? So then later on that night, he runs into Angel Hernandez and the umpiring crew at a bar, right? So then he calls over like the bartender. He tells like, yeah, I'd like to buy them a round of drinks. And so the bartender's all right, well, let me go tell them, blah, blah, blah. So he goes over and tells them, and he looks over. And when they look over, Will Clark walks over, and Will Clark's like, he walks over, and Angel Hernandez like, Will Clark's like, hey, this round of drinks on me, fellas. You guys have a good night. And Angel Hernandez tells him, like, that's it? You're not going to say anything after what happened? He's like, nah. He's like, you have a good night. Enjoy this night on me. Round of drinks. And then he said, Will Clark, from there and on out, every time he had Angel Hernandez behind the home plate, that he had like a little textbook of a strike zone every single time. He said, and it was all because he spent $20 on drinks one day. Yeah, and then what's the name? Bird. Forget his first name, but his last name's Bird, right? The other dude that kind of hosts the podcast with him.
Okay. And
he thought that's a great Angel Hernandez story, and why we hate that mother effer.
Yeah,
because of stuff like that. Because he literally does that stuff. So I found that really interesting. It's true, Yeah.
At this point, man, if he doesn't read the tabloids, if he doesn't read the news, like nobody cares that you're not on the field. Everybody cares that you're not on the field because you're not there. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares that nobody misses you on the field at this point. So take a hint. I'm sure the other empires are like, fuck, dude, he's with us today. Like, shit. What kind of bullshit are we gonna get into today? But that's why he never had his own crew. That's why they stopped giving him World Series fucking spots and shit like that. So it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The Las Vegas A's may not happen. I was talking about this earlier when you guys made a comment about it. Nevada lawmakers have come out and said that they will go no higher than giving the team $175 million in financing. Per an official, it will leave a gap of about $220 million. And now people are wondering if the A's organization, if they're not willing to spend money on players and the organization, will the A's ownership front the rest of the money themselves, the other $220 million, to build that stadium in Las Vegas? Now, Las Vegas said, you got to come up with the total of whatever it is, $300 and whatever million to start building this fucking stadium. They said, we're going to give you $175 to move out here, but you got to come up with the rest. Is at this point with the way the A's are, I mean, I think they're going to be at Oakland.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's part of the reason that they've never left Oakland, because they want the city to build the stadium. And the city's like, no, we're not going to build the stadium. Like, it's your freaking team, like you should build the stadium, or at least, go half-first type of thing, right?
Well, I know that.
And they didn't want to do that in Oakland, right? So why would they all of a sudden do it in Nevada, where they're like, you know what? Since we're going to Vegas, all right, we'll pay it. No way, dude. There's no way they're going to pay that. There's no way they're going to pay that.
They're on the hook for $220, man. And what's funny is that the city of Oakland, they raised money. They raised a shit ton of money to build a new stadium. And they told the owner, this is how much we have. You got to come up with the rest. And the owner is like, fuck it, I'm out. Look, Vegas wants me. And now Vegas is like, well, here's what we'll give you to help build your shit, but you still got to come up with the other $220. You come up with that, then we'll talk. Until then, our checkbooks are closed. So do you think Oakland, yay or nay, is it going to Vegas at this point?
No, I don't think so.
Kobe?
They're going to Anaheim. They need a team.
They do need a
They're going to go to Anaheim and lose to the Angels.
The two teams so that they could finish in fourth place.
Bruh.
Just saying.
Why for you
the standing, since we're talking about it, the Angels have fallen to third place. And guess who's surging? The good old Houston Astros. The Angels are 26 and 23. They are 4 games out of first place. And nowhere near the playoff picture.
Nowhere near it right now. We talked about this last week. If the shit ended today, they wouldn't be there. If the shit ended today, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They're still fighting though. They're still fighting.
Yeah, well, I mean,
today's 2-1 win is usually like last year. This is a game we would have lost.
I don't know, man. It's still May, dude.
The Red Sox are a pretty solid team. Not great. They're solid.
When's baseball playoffs start?
October.
Talk to me in July.
Yeah.
September, August, bro. Like at this point, baseball season doesn't start till September.
Well, the Angels have their patented fade in June.
Honestly, I give credit to people who watch baseball right now, bro. Like, you got 162 games, dude. You lose about 40 of them, 60 of them, you can still make playoffs.
Bro, I'm surprised. If you lose 40 of them, you're having a hell of a year.
Yeah,
so that's 120.
Dude, exactly.
That's a major
exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, bro, like, who gives a fuck? Like, at this point, like, no one watches baseball.
I watch it almost every day, bro.
I have a question for you guys. Okay. Mm-hmm. What 2 days of the year are there no sports games on television?
I know.
When it comes to NFL, MLB, NHL, and NBA. Artie, do you know? 2 sports. There's 2 days out of the year that don't show any games, sports-wise, any major sports games. Do you know the days?
My guess would be 4th of July.
No, we play baseball on 4th of July.
And
it's during baseball season. Remember that, because the only time there's sports during the summer is baseball season. So there's one time.
Go for it, Brent.
It's the day before and after the All-Star break. There are no professional sports played the day before the baseball goes into the All-Star break, and the day after, there's still no professional sports. This the only 2 days out of the year where not one professional sport is being played or watched.
Exactly. And it's the worst time of the year because it's baseball.
I can't believe I knew a stat, something weird like that Artie didn't know.
That's interesting.
I thought Artie would 100% know that.
I thought he would know it immediately.
I kind of wonder, and I mean, I'm just curious. At what point do the Angels fans start watching baseball? Are we talking?
I watch it till the end, bro. I watch it till the end. To the bitter fucking end.
Inning?
I watch the games to the end of the game, bro. I don't ever leave early.
No, I know, but like, are we talking like July? You watch the end of?
I watch it August, September, yep, because that's when they bring up the prospects, and we're looking to see what's coming up,
and seeing this
guy,
right
in a year or two,
right?
We're gonna trade him, and we're gonna get some bullshit.
Well, what happened to the other dude with that outfielder? What's he up to? How's he doing?
Which one?
The one that we said, oh, you got to trade him now, you know?
Fucking what's his name? He's killing it right now for the Bees. Joe Adele. He's destroying the minor leagues right now, but we just got no spot for him.
Yeah.
And they need to trade him already at this point and do something.
Right. Yeah.
Did you know Trey Turner has more home runs and RBIs in the World Baseball Classic in those 6 games than he has the entire season so far with the Phillies?
I did. As a matter of fact, I did.
In the WBC, he had
5
home runs and 11 RBIs. In the 46 games this season, he has 4 home runs and 10 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I'm very happy for the Phillies that they paid all that money for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the writing on the wall and said you could have him. You could have him.
All right, so a couple things before we get out of here today. One thing I wanted to touch on is Glenn Kuiper.
Oh, yeah.
A's broadcaster, formerly A's broadcaster. He was suspended on May 5th after a pregame segment where he spoke on what they had done on their trip to Kansas City, mispronouncing the Negro League Museum. He said it the other way. He went hard racist on it. I'm not going to say it here, but he was formally let go today officially by NBC Sports California. He said it was a slip of the tongue. It sounded like wrong. He didn't say it, this and that. I heard the video like 10 times because I wanted to be like, okay, is there any way he could have met? Like he leaned hard into it. And
it did not sound like that's the first time he said that.
It does not sound, and then he just kept talking
Yeah, I totally agree.
So
I totally agree.
Goodbye and good riddance, Glenn.
I'm very surprised that it took this long, to be honest.
Well, they suspended him right after that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he made a public announcement like later on in the game, but for what he said, he's like, I didn't mean it like that. It just, blah, blah, blah. They suspended him, and then he was officially let go today.
Yeah.
So,
that's the most news the Oakland A's have made in a while.
I think that's why they were trying to wait to maybe something else would come up. This is all they got. Hey, just throw this one out there. That's all they got.
Yeah, we're not going to get the stadium today. Let's let them go today, and maybe nobody will notice, right?
There you go. They tied it in with them probably not going. All right, so we talked about this already. Kobe might need some help with some of these. But if these are terms we're going to talk about.
I like it.
Terms we're going to talk about.
We should start with Kobe to see which one he knows, and then me and you could take turns breaking it down for him.
All right, Kobe, number 1. Do you know what a can of corn is?
You got fucking can of corn, bud. You got fucking can of corn.
Yeah, what is it though? In baseball, if somebody goes, it's a can of corn, what is it?
It's a can of corn.
Oh, we don't. Okay, first of all, we use it in hockey as well, but it's like more of a saying that we use. You're just fucking shit. You're just a can of corn. Like, what are you good for? You're nothing good but to feed us in the off season and feed us for fucking something. Yeah, you just.
Okay, we're talking baseball now. Do you know the baseball term?
He's not too far away.
He's not far away from it. It's like an easy pop fly. It's like an easy, just like easy pop fly. You're just right there. It's a can of corn. Bam. Easy. Let me eat it and go.
I call guys can of corns. I call them milk. Okay, question. Artie, do you know what a milk bag is?
Yeah, I know a milk for sure.
A milk bag.
Milk bag.
A milk bag.
I used to drink those in Mexico. They used to give me my milk in a little pouch with a straw.
What you call someone a milk bag mean?
That means they are free. They're open.
They're the utter worst.
No, they're fat as fuck because when you smack their tummy, it shakes like a milk bag.
Oh, that's funny. I like that. I like it. All right, next one. You lose Brent.
Oh, I thought that was you. All right, turning 2, Kobe.
Turning 2, double play.
All right, there you go. Like Kobe got that double play.
Hey, Kobe, I got a little math for you. How does 4 plus 6 plus 3 equal 2?
What?
How does 4 plus 6 plus 3 equal 2?
Okay, so 4
plus 6 plus 3
equals It's a baseball 2. Term. I don't know what that means, but I know it's a baseball term.
All right. I'll give you that. Brent?
I don't know the positions because I know first is second, first is first base, second No?
First is the pitcher. Second is the catcher. Third is first.
You're both wrong. So the number 1, is the pitcher.
That's what I said. I'm sorry. You're right.
First base.
Number 1 is the pitcher. Number 2.
Fourth is third base.
Okay, we can't say fourth. So number 1 is the pitcher. Number 2 is the catcher.
Third base is
number 3 is the first baseman. Number 4 is the second baseman. Number 5 is the third baseman. Number 6 is the shortstop. And then 7, 8, and 9 left, center, right.
Right.
So 4 plus 6 plus 3, you just said it before when you're turning 2. It's a double play.
Double play. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you go from shortstop to third to first.
Close. Second to short to first.
Oh, okay. Same bullshit.
Okay.
Kobe, what's a no-no?
A no-hitter.
All right. There we go.
Perfecto? What's a perfecto?
A perfecto is no balls and no balls and no errors and nothing. It's a perfect game. All strikes.
Oh, boy.
Okay. 27 up, 27 down. I'll take it. Mm-hmm. Kobe, what's a meatball and not the kind you eat?
A fat bitch.
Sort of.
That's actually that's called the slump buster.
Called a swamp donkey.
There you go. So a meatball, Kobe, is basically like a
it's a shitty pitch that I just fucking hit out of the park.
Yes,
there you go.
That's a fat pitch.
That's a fat pitch right there. Yeah, speaking of fat pitches,
what's a wet newspaper?
When it's raining and you throw it and it sucks.
Okay, you're on the right track. All right, what if I said it's a noodle? You're swinging a noodle. Maybe that helps.
Oh, that's like you're fucking you're going up and down with your baseball bat.
Okay, he's on the right.
He's
track.
getting there. He's getting there.
It is. He's very close. So wet newspaper is like when you're literally swinging wet newspaper and you're hitting the ball, but it's not going anywhere because you're just not putting anything behind it. Same thing.
You're swinging in that wet noodle.
Yeah, you're basically not hitting. You're not hitting anything hard.
You're just putting nothing into it.
Right. Yeah. When Brentwood played softball, we'd be like, hey, stop swinging that.
Oh, what he just hit ground ball doubles all day.
Never.
Yeah. All right. Next one, Brent.
Dinger.
Oh, dude, that's a fucking bomb. It's a homer. We hit nothing but dingers when you pack a big-ass chewing tobacco in your lip, and it's a fucking dinger.
All right. And the last one, Brent.
The name of the show. What's a blown save, Kobe?
Oh, when someone fucks it up at the last of the end of the game, and you have a blown game.
There you go. Good job, Kobe.
Did you know that the blown save is named after the Angels bullpen?
Yeah,
that's the blow pen, bro.
Brent runs it.
It's the blow pen, bro. It's the blow pen.
That's too funny.
That makes sense. Angels, Brent running podcast makes all sense.
Right. All right, let's give a couple shout outs and then we'll have last comments and we'll get out of here, guys.
All right.
Big shout out. Compa, I will let you take this one. Go.
Yeah, big shout out to the Dodgers of Chino Hills, the lower and upper Shetland teams. So the upper Shetland is Leo's team, my older son, and the lower Shetland is Juan's team, my younger son. They both finished second overall in the season, so they went in as a number 2 team in the playoffs, and we got matched up in the championship with the first place team. Both teams had only lost one game the whole year. And we kind of scratched and clawed our way, and we had, I think, like maybe 3 or 4 losses on both teams, but we both won the championship. So it was pretty cool to see both my boys get their first rings of their career. Leo is 6 years old, and Juan is freshly turned 5 years old. So happy belated birthday to my son, who turned 5 last
Yay! Happy birthday, mijo.
Oh, and Juan got his first career hit off of a machine.
Hey, there you go, bro. There you go. Congratulations.
Much appreciated.
On my end, guys, Luke's GoFundMe for his All-Star team is still there. We're about $300 shy of the $3,000 we were trying to raise for all the tournaments. I'll put the link in the description. If you guys can go help, that'd be awesome. Any little bit helps, or even a share would be awesome. Kobe, any last comments before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
Because we missed you, Kobe. We needed some of the little copester.
Yeah, because y'all bored as fuck and you needed me. That's the goddamn shit.
I just needed somebody to talk about hockey, bro.
Right,
It was all falling on my shoulders, and I couldn't do it.
No, y'all, dude. Honestly, I bring life. Like I told you in the first podcast I done, I bring life. I bring so much composure. I bring everything to this table that you guys have lacking. I bring everything. I bring looks. I bring like vocal skills. I bring communication.
It's audio, so nobody sees you. I bring audio skills.
I bring everything. Like the people, I give the people what they want, and what they want is me. And I'm yeah. I'll be honest. They don't want y'all. They want me.
And now
for those you guys wondering what Kobe looks like, think of dudes that
I'm a fucking snack. So if you think about it, think about this. Think about the 6 foot hockey player. You want to know what? He wears Lululemon. He's a goddamn snack with 2 C's, not one, but 2 C's. SNACK. 2 C's. All right. He's attractive.
You wear those chubbies.
Yeah, I wear those chubbies, goddamn short shorts. You know, I have thick thighs. You know, tree trunks is thighs. They don't fuck. Guess what? You sit on these things, they're sturdy as fuck. They ain't breaking. Like
they ain't breaking, they ain't shaking.
Yeah, I drink. I can drink with the best of them. I might die and I might puke and rally, but guess what? I'll live and survive, and I'll be there for the next day. And yeah, I'm a great guy. Holy fuck, am I a time?
Only Kobe. All right, compa, let's hear the patented goodbye before I send us off.
Yeah. All right. Summer vacation is just around the corner for most of us, so make sure you stay safe, stay hydrated, and see you guys next week.
Thank you guys once again for joining us and keeping us company. Don't forget, you can follow us on the social media scene. You can follow us on Twitter at @theblown_save, on Instagram at @theblown_save. And we've been posting snips of the show on TikTok. We'll definitely be posting snips of this show on TikTok. So go check those out as well. Don't forget, you can still reach out to us on at theblownSavePodcast@gmail.com. You can find the show anywhere you listen to podcasts or music like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you want to support the show, it doesn't take a lot to do so. Hitting that like, subscribe, the little notification bell, or share, it doesn't cost you a thing. And it helps the show tremendously. As always, give us a rating and review if you are in the mood. And guys, don't forget to definitely click that notification button so you get notified when new show drops. That's Cobra. I am Brent. We'll catch you all next week, guys. Stay safe. If you're drinking, get a designated driver. Kobe, I saw you looking at a pig over there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do to the pig. Have a good night.
I'm eating that bitch.